So not only 5 hours after I made the original video from yesterday, providing context to the SSSniperWolf and JacksFilms situation, that video went completely out of date. So in yesterday's video, I mentioned that SSSniperWolf doxed JacksFilms. She went to his house, she took a video outside, posted it to her Instagram of over 5 million followers. JacksFilms understandably got upset. If you want the whole context to it, I'm not going to go over it in this video. You can go and check out that last video. But in that video, I did mention that SSSniperWolf had no repercussions whatsoever, and it seemed like YouTube would turn a bit of a blind eye to it. Now, that has changed, very fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at the information that I'm about to deliver you. So, Team YouTube responded to one of JacksFilms' posts about the SSSniperWolf situation, and it is the very first time that YouTube have kind of openly and formally acknowledged the situation that is ongoing with SSSniperWolf and JacksFilms. Now, Team YouTube responded to JacksFilms by saying, confirming SSSniperWolf has received a temporary monetization suspension per creator responsibility policies. Off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community, and the behaviour on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. Hoping everyone moves this conversation into a better place. First of all, it's amazing that YouTube are finally taking action and finally acknowledging the situation at hand and not staying silent on it, because I think that was probably the worst thing that they could have done. But does this resolve the problem? Firstly, it is only a temporary monetization ban, which means that, I don't know how long the ban will be. Maybe it's a week, maybe it's a month, maybe it's 6 months, I don't know. But the point is only temporary, okay? I mean, again, let's look at Russell Brand's situation. I used that as an example yesterday, but he has an indefinite monetization ban until, I'm assuming, his allegations are lifted, which again was off platform. SSSniperWolf, on the other hand, is only a temporary one. It still feels like there's an element of favoritism there, but that's not the most alarming part of this statement. The most alarming part of this statement comes from the fact that they said the behavior on both sides isn't what we want, which has outraged a lot of people. Just a couple of people to name here. Jacksepticeye, huge YouTuber with over 30+ million subscribers, says, wait, both sides, criticism and parody, are not the same as doxing. I completely agree with that. Though a lot of people in yesterday's video in the comments did say that, you know, he kind of, you know, prodded the fire a little bit by kind of making these parody videos, and to a degree, yes. But that's just part of the internet, that's part of YouTube. People make those kind of videos about us, people make those kind of videos about everyone. It's part of the job. As unfortunate as it is, it's part of the job. And again, I agree with what JacksFilms says here. It is not the same as doxing. Internet Anarchist is another YouTuber that I follow personally, and he also shouted out saying, YouTube can't be fucking serious, both sides. It very much is like they didn't want to pin all the blame on SSSniperWolf directly, because again, she is the golden girl. She makes them millions upon millions of dollars per year. She is probably one of the biggest creators generating income for the platform. So why would they tar her with that brush? Why would they pin all the blame on her? Of course, they're gonna pass the buck a little bit and shunt a lot of the blame onto JacksFilms as well, maybe because they're in their minds, they think if he hadn't provoked, it wouldn't have happened. But I don't agree with that sentiment necessarily. I don't agree. I think JacksFilms was doing what he does. Do I agree with his style of content? No. But is it as bad as doxing? Absolutely not. After this happened, SSSniperWolf, I think, had no choice but to accept responsibility and take some blame for what she had done, as literally moments after YouTube made this announcement that she was going to be temporarily demonetized, she made this statement to her Twitter page where she says, "Let me start by saying I'm sorry for my recent actions. It is inexcusable. I'm sorry to JacksFilms, YouTube, the entire creator community, and my incredible fans for not being a better example for appropriate conflict resolution. JacksFilms, while we don't see eye to eye and have our differences, I'm sorry for reacting the way I did when I should have taken the opportunity to show young creators how adults and professionals resolve conflict by communicating directly, respectfully, and privately. not for views or content, but a meaningful example of how conflicts should be resolved. I will reach out directly and hope we can find some time to connect and communicate respectfully. I'd also like to thank YouTube for holding me accountable. I deserve it. Respect the decision and appreciate the opportunity to learn and grow from a true lapse in judgment. Now, first of all, this does seem like a sincere apology on the surface, but a lot of people throughout the comments have other ideas. A lot of people are claiming that this apology was written through ChatGPT or through AI. I don't know. I don't know how she typically formats her tweets or formats her like paragraphs like this, or I'm not best educated to say that, but from the general consensus on the in the comments, it really does seem like a lot of people think that this is just generally made through an AI program. And another thing that people are questioning its sincerity is through the fact that SSSniperWolf only made this apology after YouTube took action. And it begs the question that if YouTube never took action against this, would she be apologising? Would she have publicly acknowledged it? Would she have publicly apologised to JacksFilms and wanted to resolve it? Personally, I'm not convinced, because if we look at how she initially reacted after the doxing and after she was called out for it, she went over to her Instagram and said that blaming someone for doxing was defamation, saying that she doesn't know how to dox, and basically not holding herself accountable for what she'd done. But the second that YouTube are like, nope, we're gonna demonetize you temporarily, then she turns around and says, I'm sorry. So for me, is it sincere? No. I think, you know, she had 5 days prior to this where she could have apologized, could have said all this stuff, but she chose not to. But that's just my take on it. What do you guys make of it? Let me know down in the comments below. I think this might be the end of it now. As you can see by YouTube's standpoint as well, they were very keen for everyone to move the conversation on. Obviously, they want to take that limelight off of their star creator. They want to, I think, in YouTube's eyes, from my opinion, what it looks like is the second that this dies down, they can remonetize SSSniperWolf's content, and then they can start benefiting from each other again. So it will be in YouTube's best interest to try and move the narrative onto something else and move it away from SSSniperWolf so they, on the quiet, can remonetize her content. But again, those are just my opinions. I want to leave it to you guys. What do you think? Is SSSniperWolf sincere in her apology? Have YouTube done the right thing? Or should YouTube have done more sooner? I don't know. Begs the question again, if there wasn't this absolute fan outrage and, you know, creator outrage, would YouTube have taken action? I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you have enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload. And until next time, I hope that you have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you later. Peace.